Welcome to Kare's High Frequency Wellness. I'm your host, I'm Kare Possick, and today we'll be talking with Jim Barnett. He is a brilliant and compassionate new friend of mine. Jim has been working with a high frequency wellness spray for the past 7 years. This is an evolutionary leap in from mere supplements to a laser-focused, plant-based technology in a spray. It's like getting a transfusion directly from Mother Nature. Jim could tell you everything there is to know about this product, but I've asked him to talk about something a little bit different as well. You know, what we do to support ourselves and our families financially must be in alignment with what I do. And I imagine that most of you believe that we are spiritual beings in physical bodies. Is that right? Well, I love energy medicine and natural healing, but really I'm a teacher and I love helping people. And this product and this company are so much in alignment with who I am and what I do and my purpose. So Jim, I know this product helps people physically and spiritually, but it also helps people financially if they're like me and want to share and help people. So would you share with us how someone who wants to share and help others can help themselves and their families out of physical and financial turmoil that we find ourselves in now, and into health and abundance?
Yes, I can. And let me, let's just start with just a little overview of the product so that people that are seeing this for the first time can get a little grasp of what we're talking about. This is PPXCT, what I call partial plant extract combinations technology. It's been studied by a science team out of Europe for over 45 years. They put different percentages of plants from a non-contaminated source from the Mediterranean, from the mountain ranges. Over the last 45 years, they have put little combinations together of each one of these plants. What kind of plants, you might ask? Look at, if you really want to know a lot about this and you want to investigate, for those that want to investigate the science and the technology behind this, the plants, go to our ingredients on the website, put in any ingredient you want to in Google and put medicinal purpose of, let's say a few of them, anise, hyssop, great mullein, greater burdock, and you will find medicinal purpose of these plants are already within these plants, and they've known it for quite some time. The secret is in the combination percentages of extracts that they've studied, which percentages of which one out of these plants would be the most synergistic, powerful effect for the body. And what it's trying to do, you know how we bathe on the outside to keep the skin clean, or else you develop scabies, blackheads, all kind of that. And most people won't want to be around you if you don't bathe for a while. I would hope that everybody bathes at least once or twice, once a day, every other day, something. But the inside of the body is the same thing. This laser focused food, what I call laser focused food in this technology, allows the inside pores of the body, the internal parts of the body, to stay open in the tissues so the blood can do a better job at helping the body protect itself in a better way and keep things running right. Because, blood's the only communicator there is. I'm sure that you have been, to the grocery store, supermarket, and noticed the vitamin aisles. I mean, they got 2 or 3 aisles devoted to these vitamins, minerals, powders, protein powder, all kind of stuff down there. And, here's what that tells me. Somebody's buying this in pursuit of better health. And yet this avenue has produced no better health statistics in the last 50, 60 years they've been doing this avenue than it was when they started. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. This is a way to get the pores of the inside of the body open so that the blood can do its job better, because if things are open like the skin is, it's clean, it's open, things have a tendency to run better, like in the largest organ, the skin.
Wait, I want to tell you something. By day 2, when my husband used this spray, he got warm. He's been cold for years. He's 79. His circulation's not good. And in two days, he got warm. What does that mean?
That means that when the pores open, then the blood can do a better job of directive. You know, like any organ is the same way. Any organ is same. It's all got pores like the outside the skin does. And these pores stay open, then the blood can do a better job. And guess what? The only communicator for every functionality of the body, the brain, the eyes, the speaking, the motor function skills we're using now, any movement, without blood, it's not possible. You know, all of these outside compounds, and I'm going to talk just a second about, these outside compounds. 15 years ago, they started this testosterone. Men's testosterone declines as they get older. And they said, oh, we have the solution. You can do these pellets, you can do these additives, and raise your testosterone from outside influence, what I call outside influence, by manipulating from some compound to give you a better result for higher testosterone. The problem is it caused ill side effects, and now we've got lawyers chasing these ambulances with all kind of problems, liver and kidney problems and high blood pressure problems from what the body didn't want in the first place. It was a remedy-driven. You know, we've got sedative-driven things. We've got stimulant-driven things. You know, these people say, well, I'm taking this supplement and I've got so much focus and energy. Guys, it has green bean, coffee bean extract, guarana, caffeine, B3, niacin, where it flushes the body because it gives you an uplift. Does this help your health in the long run? No, you could get the same. You can save yourself a lot of money. Go down and get your can of coffee, and you're going to get the same rush that you get, and with this mental clarity and focus for a lot cheaper price. But this substance that you're using for your health, it didn't do anything for the health. The only thing that helps the health is the blood. The blood has to be the directive. It's the communicator. And guess what? These supplements, these vitamins, you know, when you go, people ask me all the time, okay, well, where's your vitamin list? Where's the list of the vitamin percentage of vitamins and minerals? This is nanotechnology through extracts that allow the body to receive in its own natural way from the food. After all, I don't go to the produce section and I look at the carrots and it says, okay, well, this carrot has this much percent of vitamin and minerals. It's already in there. It's ordained by nature. You know, we got 10,000 things in nature. About 400 of them are good for the body. This science team took the top 10% and then studied how extract components, combinations, could make this thing work in the most powerful synergistic way. That's what this technology is about. And that's what we're doing. You know, all this thing, another one that they've come out with. It's a big craze about CBD oil right now. Big craze about stem cell. Guys, in the stem cell, about a year ago, they did stem cell from visceral fat for macular degeneration for older women. 5 of them did this injection behind the eye with visceral fat stem cell from their own body. 3 of them went blind. The body doesn't understand what you throw into it, and it can cause ill side effect. This cannot. It's food. It's laser focused food.
We live in toxic soup. We are getting pollution from our air, from our water, from our food, and from our supplements. People are taking handfuls and handfuls of supplements thinking they'll do some good. And what I've seen, and I've been involved in natural healing and energy medicine almost 50 years now, they're not getting in. They're taking handfuls of stuff and they're not feeling it. In fact, I don't think the body can process it. And if it can't use it, it also a lot of times can't get rid of it.
No, it can't. And, you know, the science team always tells me all the time, it just adds more confusion to the already clogged pore system, because daily food here in this United States has the herbicide, pesticide. And so people say, well, you know, you got to die of something. Yeah, but I don't have to die right now. And I don't. And if my pores get closed, here's what happens on the inside of the body if the pores stay closed: chronic inflammation. And yet, do you understand that 9 out of these plants, 9 of the 38, 40 plants that are used in here have anti-inflammatory properties if you go look up the medicinal purpose of. It's got stuff for the upper respiratory. Some of them are antiviral. This is antibacterial. All kinds of things in here, good for the digestive tract. Do you understand that 2/3 of these plants contained in these extract components, in these extract combinations, 2/3 of them are used to make medicines from? They don't make medicines from vitamins on that vitamin aisle at Walmart or the supermarket. So this should tell you something. If it's good enough to make medicine from, it must be good. The difference is we have no man-made molecule in here. We have no synthetics, no chemicals, no additives, no preservatives. This is the raw extract from plants from the Mediterranean mountain range that do not contain the contaminants.
Like I said, this is like a transfusion directly from Mother Nature.
Yes. Yes, it is. And you were telling me about Charles and what the cardiologist said after 4 months. And here's what I want to say. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Is this the cure-all? Is this the magic blue pill to help you lose 50 pounds next month? No, guys, the body doesn't work that way. It works on a daily basis. I don't take a bath today and expect to be clean in a week or a month. I do it every day to keep the skin clean. This is to keep the pores open on the inside every day. This is the ultimate replacement for all of this stuff that you're seeing out here, where the body gets what it needs so the pores can stay open, so the blood do a better job.
Our bodies are supposed to be healthy our whole lives, but we've got to give it what it needs, and what it needs is what was created for us, and that's food, directly from nature, plants. And you were mentioning Charles, my husband. 4 months of using this spray, and we went to the cardiologist, and it was the first time in 10 years that they recorded his heart in normal sinus rhythm.
And you know why that is? The reason is the heart has pores too. If they stay open, the blood can do a better job of communicating with that organ, because nothing works without the blood. Nothing. So that's what this is about.
Well, and the things that are in our blood are things like virus, bacteria, fungus, mold, chemicals, pesticides, glyphosates, all of that's not supposed to be there, but that has gotten stuck there because of our lifestyle.
Yes. This is what this is. This directive is a new directive we plan to prove over the next 5 to 7 years. As a consultant for 7 years with the science team, watching people come from all over the world through referral for this technology is how I got the idea. And yet this was done by the only scientist that lives here in the United States out of the group of scientists to develop this. He came here with very little English, no contact base, no friends, no website, no information, no Zoom presentation for sure, and was able to build over 3,800 doctors using this with tens of thousands of patients getting this result. And they use third-party blood work before and after from LabCorp, which does every major medical institution blood work analysis for people. They use this to prove that they were in the right direction. So you do this on a daily basis, and guess what? In your case with the cardiologist, here's the deal. Some people, they bathe every day, but they still have psoriasis. There's problems. Maybe the pathogens are bacteria or something. They got more problem getting the skin open. And it could happen with this too. In other words, a person just keeps doing this, but you don't stop bathing because you've got skin problems. You want to keep it as clean as you can. So what I'm saying is this a blanket thing for everybody, not in the directive of a health condition, but in keeping it clean on the inside, as clean as you can. Yes, just like bathing. You may still have problems with the skin, but you'd have a lot more if you didn't bathe. So that's what I'm trying to say. Now, we have a system that allows you to do this in a very simple way, to what we call a 2x2. And I'll show you. I wouldn't expect the waitress to work for free. I wouldn't expect the electrician or plumber to come to the house and then they work for free. So I'm not expecting anybody here to help two others with this. You might as well have a compensation for what you're allowing to spread so we can achieve better health statistics in what we're trying to do through this technology. So if you'll put up the chart, Kare, I'll kind of go over exactly what this is and how you would get started, and what you would receive when you get started, and what your goal is with the 2x2.
Okay. There we go.
So this is the all-star 2x2 program. So it's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 on the left, 2 on the right. The computer automatically places this whenever I relate this to someone. And guess what? We all know 2 to 6 people. We all know 2 to 6 people that, you know, like the people we can knock on the door, and if they're not home, we can stick our head in the door and say, hey, is anybody here? We all know people like that. And why not offer them this for them and their family as the ultimate replacement against all this other stuff out here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 that find 2, or I can find all 6 or the combination thereof. It says when all 6 spots are filled, an additional $400 bonus is given. So I have 2 packages, 1X, which is 4 bottles, $299, and the 2X, which equals 9 bottles. So you get an extra bottle for the extra $299, a total of 9 bottles for $598. We call it 2X because it's 2 times $299. So it says that it pays the first level and second level on each one, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But the difference between the All-Star program with the 1X and the 2X is you can do this All-Star program once with the 1X. You can do it up to 3 times if you get the 2X for the 9 bottles for you and your family. So let's just make a scenario here of the the All-Star program. Let's say I tell Steve and I tell John, and Steve and John both get the 1X package. Okay, so they get the 1X package. They get 4 bottles of product. It costs them $299 a piece. But I make $50 because I told them. That's what they mean by the first level. I was the first level that they talked to, or excuse me, they're my first level that I talked to. So I received $50 when they both bought the 1X package. Now, when they tell 2, that number 3 and number 4 is Steve's number 1 and 2. Number 5 and number 6 is John's number 1 and 2, but that's my 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. So let's say Steve told 1X and a 1X. Okay, that's just to keep it all 1X. I would receive 30 because that's my second level. Steve's my first level. They're my second. So Steve would receive 50 and I would receive 30 for number 3 and 4. Number 5 and 6, John told, so he received $50 and I received 30 because that's my second level. But let's mix it up a little bit here. Let's say that Steve and John were both 1X. I received 50 and 50. That's 100. But Steve told 2 people, number 3 and 4, and they were a 2X because they wanted to be able to do this All-Star 2x2 3 times. Okay, so they're both 2X. So he receives, look at the pay for the first level of the 2X package. He received 100, but I received 60 for number 3 and number 4. And then let's say John just had 1X packages that they both got, and both of the people he told. So number 5 and 6 would be 1X packages. So he would receive 50 on each one, and I would receive 30 on each one. So let's talk about where we stand on the finances here. Let's say I spent $299, and I got my 4 bottles. Then I told Steve and I told John I would receive 50 and 50. That's 100. Then remember, Steve's 2 people wanted the 2X. So now he received 100. I received 60 and 60. So 100 plus the 60 and 60 is 120. So the 120 plus the 100 is 220. Okay, then I received another 30 and 30 from when John told his 2 with the 1X package. So that's another $60. So 220 plus the 30 and 30, 60 is 280. Now all 6 positions, all 6 spots are filled, like it says. It equals another $400 bonus. So now that brings me to 680. Wait a minute. What did I spend for my 4 bottles? $299, $300. I'm up to 680. Now it says at the bottom, for each 2X package in your position, 6 positions, you receive an extra $100. Remember, number 3 and 4 that Steve related both wanted the 2X because they want to be able to do this up to 3 times instead of once. Now it adds 100 for number 3 and 100 for number 4. We were at 680. We add 200. I'm at $880 from sharing this with 2 people that I love and care about and want their family to get the benefit. I've turned $300 that I put for 4 bottles into $880 with this simple R-Star 2x2 program. And now I can sleep good at night knowing this is a great thing with a new directive in the pursuit of better health statistics, with a new directive in health that allows the body to receive what it needs to keep the pores on the inside open so everything works better. It works at the way it should. At least it's in the better direction to make it happen.
I think this is the most phenomenal product on the planet today. No kidding. I have never seen anything work like this. I didn't just share it with 2 people. I have shared it with hundreds of people. And the kind of responses I'm getting back from people are amazing. And you don't have to do, I mean, you could do this full time if you wanted to, but here's something that's going to help you and your family. And then you can help all of your friends and they can help theirs. And just think what we could do for the health of the nation. I look at my husband. I told you he's 79. He had blood work done recently and it had been way off. And after 4 months on this, it is near perfect. I was shocked. I mean, the doctors were shocked. I mean, at 79 with all these conditions and all of a sudden he is, healthy and energetic and feeling good again. Oh my gosh. It would be worth a whole lot more for me than what we started with. But this is so good to be able to give your body what it needs, let your body come back into health and balance, and then to be able to share it and help others and get rewarded so greatly financially. It doesn't get any better than this.
Let me just end with this. We've been on, since 1920 to 1975, the science community was involved in trying to help the body after the Spanish flu epidemic, kind of the pandemic we have now. They had one in 1918, 1919, and 1920, the Spanish flu pandemic that killed 50 million people out there. So the science community went into a deal of detoxifying the body from contaminants to keep the body cleaner. They knew it was important, but they went into detoxifying route, like the colon cleanse, the liver cleanse. I'm sure you've heard of these. The digestive cleanse, the liver cleanse, all these different cleanses. Guys, this stuff doesn't work because it's not the directive the body needs. This science team, since 1973, has gone in the direction of neutralizing. How do you get the body's blood system to open the pores up so the blood can do a better job so that it can help neutralize these contaminants from the body's own understanding in the body's timing? That's why this is different.
That's the way it's supposed to work. But we have gone so off course with that detoxification thing. And when I first started using this spray, I expected that people would detox because they're getting all of this stuff out of their system, virus, bacteria, fungus, mold, chemicals, pesticides, and they didn't. And that's when I started listening to your wording, and you're saying it neutralizes, and I'm going, that is a whole different thing, and so much better.
Yeah, so no, it is the new highway. Look, in this country, $50 billion a year and growing by 7 to 10% a year is being spent. That's the reason they have the vitamin aisles at these supermarkets, because people are buying them, looking for better health. Okay, $50 billion a year. If we can find one out of 100 that hears this mission, understands through what we're trying to do in a new directive to let the body do it, not outside influence, we can get better health statistics. Then we have a $500 million a year business, and you can be a part of that. Not only from this point of health, but from financial. And by doing our 2x2 program and teaching that, you can create an income for you that's stable. We've been doing this almost a year now. We started June last year, the end of June last year. And last month, we had 40% that were still taking the product every month based on what you were saying about the results. And I've seen this myself through the 7 years of study through people's blood work. It's astounding. And so I know this is the right directive. And go ahead, Kare.
No, I totally agree. And 40% is huge, but it's because of one thing.
Product efficacy. If this stuff didn't do it, guys, how do you build 3,800 doctors are very critical, hard to reach and hard to get to on stuff like this. How could he build 3,800 doctors over the last 20 years with all these patients that they had and the result they were getting at $200 to $400 a month for this stuff? instead of $2.50 a day like it is now. And if you'll help with 2 customers, you get a $45 discount. It's $1 a day. It's affordable by everyone. So what I like to end this with is what I usually end with. You know, we say the choice is yours. Investigate, look at this, share this video, do the 2x2 program, and create something that's different in a new direction for better health and better health statistics. And we like to say at the end, the choice is yours. We hope you make the right one.